But the fact that my proposal was good, what I put down on paper to the price per rent of acreage was good, but just being because you wanted more people to have it just drives me nuts. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. We're back. So, what do we got going on today? Probably should take this tire off and mess with that before it goes flat again. Well, most of this is as far as it can go for right now. I've had some comments, and I agree to some extent. It's good thoughts. So the top of the baffles, let me throw the ladder back up. Okay, so get in here. Top of the baffles have this hole here, and a lot of people said when you're filling it, that might not actually escape enough air. But I'm trying to think, they might be right. I'm doing some thinking. Maybe I'll cut that hole bigger. Maybe I'll cut 2 other holes on the side of it, which would just mean crawling back through and doing that, but I'm not sure. So doing some thinking on that. Otherwise, I think we're good inside of this tank till we have to put the back wall out and put the pump on. So hopefully we're good with this. I did just get some news. Let me get down and I'll tell you actually. So I put a proposal in with State Ground in Lakeville, Mass. So it's like an hour and 5 minutes from home, all highway running. 53 acres, 46 of them all in one field, and then the rest right across the street. So I put a lease in on it. Had the soil samples. So some of the ground I want $30 an acre, some of it I want 26. Keep in mind, people in farm country, yeah, the prices can go a lot higher than that, but land around here that you really don't know how good it is, and you don't want to farmland that I know is going to be prosperous. I see people paying $100 an acre, stuff like that. So I put it in. They were supposed to get back to me they were supposed to do their agreement, proposal agreement results on the 31st. So today is the 15th, right? Yeah, day after Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. So I just got an email, and it said, based on looking at what you wanted to do, we decided to give it to other farmers because we wanted more entry-level farmers to have it. Which, okay. So I just wanted clarification. I emailed her back and said, I just want clarification that it was because I wanted to farm more ground and not that my proposal wasn't good or the acreage or the price per acre wasn't good. And she said, the sole reason why you didn't get it was because we wanted more people to have it. So that's frustrating because, like, yeah, let everybody have stuff. That's the world we kind of live in now, and I understand that. So instead of giving it to the best qualified person, not saying I'm the best qualified person, but the fact that my proposal was good, what I put down on paper to the price per rent of acreage was good, but just being because you wanted more people to have it just drives me nuts. So we didn't get the 53 acres, so yeah, we're not farming any more ground than we did last year, which is frustrating because I did set a goal that I wanted to farm 100 acres of my own in 5 years. So it's to the point around here where I go and chase after ground and talk to the landowners, things like that, and either One, they don't want to do anything with farming, so they let it sit empty and they brush hog it. Two, somebody is farming it, but they're doing one cutting a year, which is so frustrating to me. And that landowner just doesn't want to hurt their feelings, or they're fine with that, which is mind-boggling. Or three, yeah, somebody is in there farming it, but I guess there is no three. Those are the two. I usually don't chase after ground. I haven't chased after ground that somebody is actually doing a good job, trying to make a good job. So, yeah. There is some ground that just sits empty that people farm, and it drives me nuts. But can't do anything about it because it's theirs to lease or own or do what they want. So people that have lifetime leases and that the fields just sit empty. But yeah, there's my rant for the day, because I was really hoping we'd get that, because that would give me an opportunity to keep growing as a farmer. Keep showing you stuff, because I wanted to cultivate all that, do some trial stuff, and yeah, keep it going. So, but we won't be farming that ground, so I'm always on the radar looking for more ground, talking to people, but it's a challenging world. I do wish that at points that I lived in farm country, because I could go chase after ground, because there's always exchanging of ground, and a lot of it is based on how good you do and how well the landowners appreciate you. But around here, it's a totally different ball game. I guess everybody gets a piece of the pie, even if they're not good. So, yeah. But, alrighty. There's my rant. So, this tanker might be pretty much finished up. We do gotta rewire it to the right specs, or right thing. And like I said in the previous video, somebody did tell me there's a sheet, they actually sent me it, of the wiring from the military to standard. So we'll do that, but I guess I'll find a jack, we'll pop this tire off, and we'll check that bead, or the valve stem. So last night I did end up getting the string to finish this up, and I got this. So before we get to the tire, we'll actually push some of this around and see if we can get the snow off that way, nice and easy for the future. We did get some tape as well, so let's give it a go. Once we put the ropes on, then to pull some of that sag back up. That's got quite a bit of sag to it. Tighten it up a little bit, see if that works a little better. There we go. Oh yeah, that works pretty slick. Yeah, once we get the front on, it should pull it tight enough that it doesn't have much of a sag. Because that's why it all Well, that's gonna bleed. Dang it. Really not having a good day, am I? Oh yeah, that's gonna bleed. Alrighty, I'll go down the line, do the rest of that, then we'll get into the tire. So other than smashing my hand off the generator, because I was looking up as I was doing it, that worked pretty good. So all it is a paint roller with an extension. And yeah, all the snow's off. But like I said, we got to do the front, pull it tighter. Granted, it's supposed to be like 50s, mid 50s, high 50s next week, or the end of this weekend. So snow should be melted. I don't know if I'll have enough time, if I can get some more blocks and we finish it. Gotta get one base and figure the other one out. But yeah, then we gotta pull it. So gotta loosen it up a little bit and pull it. So once it starts raining, then it should be pretty good. Let me grab that tape and we'll see how it works on that cut. So we have 3 cuts. I think there's only 3. Maybe there's 4. One right there, one right there, one down here. Got this Flex Seal white tape. Yeah, somebody said give it a try. I did get a bigger one, and the other day when I was at O'Connor's Hardware, I never put it in the bag or whatnot. There's some dude there and the cashier was busy, and I said, oh, I'll just grab my stuff, you don't have to package it up. Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't know where it went. So I'm out of that. Cut a section off. It says it can stick to anything, so we'll put one on the inside, one on the outside. We'll see if it sticks, and then we'll have to get lifted up to do the other ones. Yeah, cutting my hand was not a good idea. It hurts quite a bit now. Okay. We'll go on the outside and do the same thing. That stuff actually seems pretty good. So that's just to prevent it from ripping more. It must have got cut with a razor blade when somebody opened it up the first time. So I saw a nick in it and I should have known, but yeah. So we got the back, it's just hanging out, but it's doing good. It's got that flap because the middle door, we do got to pull all the strings tighter on the back wall here, but yeah, this is pretty good. So there's 2 more cuts, like I said, I believe, but we'll let this one sit for a few days, and then, well, the main thing is I need help to do the other ones. They either need to be lifted up or find a ladder or do something. So but okay, we got that jacked up. A lot of people, oh, there's a tube in the tire, the tube's bad. These are tubeless tires. And then the other comments, oh, those tires are split rims. No, they're not. I believe those tires are split rims though. But these are 22.5 regular Dayton wheels. So the tire itself was new last year. We need some more oomph. I got a big battery out here still. I think so. Yep. Full charge, big battery. If you got Milwaukee tools and you don't have the 12 battery, get yourself one. So, how this works for people who don't understand Dayton wheels So right now that's dangerous. Not dangerous, we're gonna get killed, but if you take that off, that has a wedge in between it. That's the wedge that has pressure on it right now. So what you gotta do is get a hammer. We got a hammer here. We gotta figure out something to organize tools and stuff. So here's how this works. You leave your lug nuts on. Okay, that one wasn't too wedged in there, which is good. Sometimes it will be wedged and you'll hit it and it will spring itself out. So that's where you got to be careful with some of these Dayton wheels. People take, oh, I need two hands. People take them off and things don't go well. Yeah, I gotta hold the battery. These get a little wore out, the whole mount from shaking around. See how that sprung out a little bit? That's the spring loaded against it. So you take them off. Yeah, see how it all sprung? You take it off just enough. Tap them all so you know they're loose. Yeah. And then you can take them off the rest of the way. And then from there, work yourself out. Someday I'll have a tire mover thingy. Usually if I got a breaker bar or a pipe pry bar, that helps me quite a bit. You got this though. Of course, because I'm filming this, it's gonna be a struggle. Oh. There we go. Okay. Hey, guess what? Soapy water freezes. Who would have thought that? So this morning when I got up, it was 6 degrees. Put it in here. We'll turn the floor on, turn it on high, let it warm up. So I already know what the issue is. So we checked the bead already and people said, oh, it's the tube, it's the tube. Let me show you. Tubeless. So this is just a valve stem that has a seal that goes around it, so we got to take the air out of it because it is pushing against it. If it's bad, you take it out, put a new one in. I got a bunch of them. I don't know if it got bent. I guess we could see if we can snug it up right now. Get a wrench on that. Oh, that tightened up quite a bit. I'm gonna say it just wasn't tight. So that's why air leaks. So there's a seal that's in between here and the other side, and this just presses down and squeezes everything. So air goes straight from here into the other side. You know what? For educational purposes, I'll go get you guys one and I'll show you. Educational time, bud. That's what this channel is about, right? So I got all these valve stems. That one's missing the actual valve stem. I don't know if all of them are. No, I don't just think. So how this works, let's go back over here. So you take the tire off, and I will show you how to make it work. Maybe, there we go. You get this piece here. So this slides through right like that. So this has been hit a few times. As you see, it's not exactly straight. Hopefully that shouldn't be our issue. But this little rubber piece here, when you put the washer and the nut, and then this stuff goes on this side of the wheel. When you tighten that up, it crushes down the actual rubber. And by crushing down the rubber, it seals it. So that one was definitely loose. We got almost, I don't know, almost a turn out of it. But I don't have any spray to actually see, so we'll let it sit like this for a little bit and figure out what else we're doing today. It is Taco Tuesday, so, you know, it's like a religion. Even though we went on Sunday, but we deserved it on Sunday. Plus it was Super Bowl Sunday, so I don't even watch football, but we were there. So yeah, this is up. That's the main thing that I wanted to do on this truck. We got a few things. I actually see there's coolant leaking somewhere here. That hose there, I think that's leaking. So, but once the tire's back on, we'll be able to pop the hood and check it out. And then on the trailer, really the only thing I got to do on the trailer is fix the nurse boom. Otherwise, it's ready to go spread. So that's at least good. We do have the tires that I might put, if we're gonna do some nursing, these are coming off because current price of these are almost $3,000 just for the tires. I think tires and rims, so these will come off because road running these, not a good idea. Had to defrost my frozen bottle and I still got some ice in it. So in the meantime, I was working on the 7520 quick hitch that I picked up. As you see, I got some things apart, but you're gonna have to stay tuned for that video. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make a Google account. If you already got one, subscribe. Plus check if it unchecked you as a subscriber. YouTube does that, so just check because I appreciate you guys and I don't want you to miss anything. Alrighty. So before, I should have done it before it was bubbling. You gotta watch other videos. Now it is not bubbling, like at all. So if there was air coming out, it would bubble up over it. We got it. You guys did good work. So yeah, that's good. I guess I'm gonna put air into it. That's why I brought the air chuck out. So let me put that away. Yanko's ready to go home. So let's just check this side of the bead. Yeah, so you spray some foamy water, soapy water, and if it all foams up and bubbles, then you got a leak. So always a good thing to know. Well, I'll get the generator going and we'll air this up, and then I'll get that back on the truck. Like I said, you gotta stay tuned for that video. So as that fills up, I can walk away because on that little compressor, which we really haven't used much of it ever, it's got a tool pressure gauge. So I set it at 100, hooked it on, and it's pumping. So when that shuts off, then I know it's full. Yeah, that was an easy fix. Mint. So the chopper tires we still got to do. Hopefully that's it for flat tires for the year. I doubt it, but hopefully. Yeah, so that's, the tractor will be halfway decent. Like I said previously, I got fuel buttons to put in this. Somebody said, oh, don't mess with the fuel, things like that. When you're doing highway running and stuff like that, it's nice to have a little bit more fuel. Both of these trucks are set extremely conservative on the fuel that actually goes through. This one has a pyro, so you know the exhaust temperature. This one does not. We need to add that. The Mac does, because if you put your foot in there and you're loaded and you just keep running it, the Mac's got a lot of fuel to it. I'll be honest, this 10-wheeler. It can get hot. And as we all know from my pickup, EGTs, exhaust gas temperature, that's a real number. And it causes some damage. So you gotta watch out for that, but clearly this needs a little bit more fuel, a little more pep in its step to pull this tanker when we get going, if we're gonna run some distance, or to pull a low boy or the fertilizer trailer if we're running a distance. So it always helps. When you're putting around town at 30 miles an hour, no big deal, but when you're trying to run 60, this goes 62. I don't know how fast this goes. I think this will boogie down the road. Running them on the floaters, you really shouldn't run over 45, so. A phone call. I can't even feel my hands now that I took them out of the gloves. So I'm gonna get this on. We'll do the tires at a warmer date because threading them with gloves on really isn't that much fun, but we got one done. Throw this on, take the jacks out, and go find some heat. That's gonna do it for today. Fixed an air leak. Didn't get ground, which I'm just annoyed with it. So it is what it is. Yeah. I guess we'll work on some more projects tomorrow and the days to come. I can't wait till it's 50 degrees. I think it's Friday is 50, Saturday is 50, so beautiful weather gonna be coming up. We will get some stuff washed. We'll keep working on projects. Yeah, hopefully next week, farm show week, 23rd through the 25th, going on the 25th. So Saturday with the crew. And then we got some more stuff to do after that. So appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, being part of the channel, hitting up the merch store, keeps projects going. You guys are awesome. So have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.